Hello, my name is Julian Labib, and for my 3-minute video explanation, I'm going to be detailing the history and flavor profile of the steam beer. Um, the steam beer is one of two indigenous beer styles to the United States, the other being the cream ale, and its origins take place in the Pacific West and some of Virginia in the mid to late 1800s. So we'll just go into first the history of the beer, which is pretty integral to certain flavor notes and just to give you a background of why the beer is made the way it was, and then detailing the actual flavor and current usage of the style itself. Um, so it's known as a very uh, aromatic beer for a lager, because that is technically one of the categories it falls under. And this has to do with the original brewing process being lager yeast at ale temperatures. And this is due to the limitations of its first batches of brewing. The first noted operations where it was brewed was in the Northern California region, some would say the Gold Rush, and some of Nevada. And the limitations to making beer in a gold mine were part of the reasons why it has the flavor it has. They didn't have a proper way to refrigerate the lager yeast to get they weren't able to replicate the actual production methods used for making lagers in literal gold mines. So to cool down the yeast, they had to use a little more unorthodox means to do this. This would be with copper tubing and other makeshift kind of pipes to have the excess steam come out from the massive pots of the wort, and that would go in conjunction with the winds from the Pacific Northwest and everything to do really makeshift beers. And because they couldn't refrigerate it, you got more aromatic, more sweet, more malty, more, not to try and put it, not using as much vernacular, but I guess more ale-like style, just a better tasting beer than a normal lager, which not so much the crisp and light and refreshing, more of the malty beer with backbone, but still light and super drinkable. So that's where it kind of got the name steam beer. Now, more commonly, there's the brewery Anchor Brewing up in San Francisco. That's the really common one you see. It has the anchor on it, yellow, small bottle, yellow label. They actually trademarked the term. So that term steam beer is trademarked by Anchor Brewing. And now, currently, whenever you see other iterations of that style by other breweries, it's mostly referred to as a California Common Ale. Um, yeah, that was just a very, very brief explanation of the history behind the beer. So that's why it's called Steam, and it's super refreshing and pretty much a trademark of any beer you can find within California or the U.S. It's very good, and yeah, pretty much goes with anything for any occasion. So yeah, super brief. Thank you.